Oklahoma is officially back in the hunt, both for the Big 12 championship and the college football playoff. I'm Ryan Aber from NewsOK.com here with Jason Kersey after the Sooners finished off a 44-34 win over the previously undefeated Baylor Bears on Saturday night in McLean Stadium. And Jason, things looked like they might get a little sketchy early in the game. Baylor was able to run the ball well with Shock Linwood on the first drive, but after that, OU's run defense really buckled down.
Yeah, on that first drive, it looked like we could be on the verge of another blowout. I mean, Baylor went right down the field. Shock Linwood accounted for more than half of their yards by himself on that drive, whether he was catching the ball or running it, and they punched in a touchdown there to take an early lead. And that was after OU had gone 3 and out. So I think a lot of people thought, oh boy, here we go again. But then OU goes right down the field, scores, and then it was kind of game on from there.
Yeah, and one of the biggest keys for this OU offense and getting things turned around was Sterling Shepard. Shepard didn't really play in the last 2 years, was hurt 2 years ago early in the game. Last year didn't even play at all, but just a massive game for him. 14 catches, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. And none of his catches were as big as that first touchdown catch of the day, though.
No, it was an amazing catch. It was amazing that he was aware enough of where he was on the field to sneak the ball into the
pylon.
The pylon, excuse. It's been a long night, and it was just another example of his incredible skill set and really what OU was missing the last 2 years with him. Now, I'm not saying OU would have won those games; they got blown out pretty good. But when you take away a playmaker like that, you see what difference he can make.
It's incredible how many storylines there are in a game like this, but none bigger than the way Oklahoma finished the first half. They had a key penalty. Matt Romar and Dominique Alexander got tangled up with Stidham, got a personal foul after OU had shut down Baylor on a 3rd and 5 late. Baylor was able to score a touchdown. Matt Diamond gets kicked out after a kicking penalty on the extra point. But then OU drives right back down, 8 plays, 71 yards to score with less than a minute left in the first half and take the lead.
Yeah, and I think that's where we see the difference between this OU team and the OU team of the previous 3 or 4 years, because this OU team does not give up. They're pretty they're a very resilient bunch. We saw that in Knoxville at the Tennessee game, and we saw it again tonight in that moment, especially because at that moment Baylor had tied the game. There were only a couple minutes left before halftime. Every reason to believe that the game was going to be tied at halftime. And Baker Mayfield and OU march right down the field, retake the lead, get all the momentum going into halftime, and it was huge.
And the Sooners were also able to bottle up Corey Coleman. Coleman came into this game with fantastic numbers, had a massive game last season against the Sooners, but Jordan Thomas did a great job of slowing Coleman down tonight.
He did, and really the OU defense as a whole did a good job against this Baylor offense that has really given them trouble the last couple of years. And they still give up 34 points. They still gave up a bunch of yards. But against a team like this, with what Baylor's able to do, you just have to accept some of that. And I think that the thing about this game that was maybe different, again, than past years is the way that the two sides, the offense and the defense, complemented each other. They were actually, when the offense would go 3 and out, the defense would a couple times get the ball right back, or vice versa. If the defense gave up a touchdown, the offense would go score one. And that's very different than what we've seen from OU teams the last few years.
And, of course, can't leave without discussing quarterback Baker Mayfield. Just a big game. Didn't have the massive inflated numbers, but was able to make play after play for the Sooners, especially in the second half when they put the game away.
Yeah, and once again he showed his ability to scramble, to evade pressure, to escape tackles. That came through in such a major way tonight. And, it was brought up in the post game with Bob Stoops. We were talking about it, whispering about it a little bit earlier this week, but I think you have to put Baker Mayfield in the Heisman Trophy campaign at this point after tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to the Sooners' post-game comments after their 44-34 win over Baylor.
Playing together as a team, I've said it a number of times. The offense stayed on the field and moved the ball and made them sit on the bench a fair amount of the day. And then defense had their key stops. And a year ago we controlled the run, but we didn't challenge the receivers as much as we were able to today. And again, I think our personnel this year matches up better, and we were able to challenge them. And whether it's the rain and a freshman quarterback, that part of it probably worked in our favor. just overall, you know, we were able to. It's a different day too when your offense stays on the field and moves it and keeps it away from them also, and then defense came up with some more stops and some turnovers.
You know, we've gained a lot of confidence over the last 5 weeks, and our players have gained confidence in what we're doing. We as coaches have gained confidence in them. The way our defense is playing, you know, we have a lot of confidence. That definitely figures into it. We know that we can take our shots, and if something doesn't go right, you know, we'll get the first down the next play, or the defense will stop them, and we'll get it back to the next drive and go. And so we're coaching, playing, all that, calling plays without fear now, and it's a lot easier to do it that way.
We played confident, but I mean, there's obviously, we'll look back on the film, and we should have had a lot more points. I mean, the interception that turned into them getting a touchdown, I mean, that's just a momentum killer. We could have put the dagger in them right then, and I left the ball too far inside. And so look back on the film, and I got to know where I can miss at times. When we're moving, I got to be smart with the ball. I mean, I've done a pretty good job of that all season, but I mean, that hurt us right there. That brought Baylor back in the game. And so, I mean, we played confident all night, and that's what got us the win.
The last few seasons I haven't been healthy, so but I've been doing a great job of just taking care of my body, and finally got a shot at playing against these guys. Like I said, they're a great football team, so you definitely want to perform against them, and came out with a win tonight.
What happened there in the 39-yarder? The first touchdown.
Oh, the
Stretch
first.
out.
Oh, yeah. I got to do. Yeah, I got to do a better job taking care of the ball right there. They'll probably get on to me, but I wanted to get in there bad, just kind of set a statement.
You know, everything just seemed to roll, and the guys were in the right spots. And, you know, I feel like we did the best we could, especially with an offense like that. So, you know, I thought the biggest thing this week was discipline and being in your right spots, you know, and trying to eliminate those big plays that they have. And it worked out all day.
It seemed like they were pretty physical. You guys
yeah, it was a physical game. It was a physical game all game. We knew it was going to be like a fist fight, and it was. And yeah, no doubt, you know.
Challenge the receivers. Try not to give them that much cushion. And then when the ball's in the air, making plays on the ball, and forcing them wider and on the sideline and things of that sort. But just challenging them, man. Not being afraid of who they are or what kind of numbers they put up. That was the biggest thing for us.
You know, our greatest strength is our numbers. Across the board, and it's been that way with our defense all year. We've had guys that really step up and step in and be no drop off, and that's really shows what kind of team we have, and just proud of all our guys, man. They just competed, the pride and the toughness. That's what Oklahoma football is all about, and we've been doing this for a long time. We've done this for 100 years, so it's nothing new for us.
So now the Sooners move on to the second of this three-game gauntlet next Saturday night at Gaylord Family Memorial Stadium, where the Sooners will face the TCU Horned Frogs at 7 o'clock on ABC. Jason, TCU lost Trevon Boykin today. We're not sure if he's going to be able to play. We'll see just how big that game winds up being.
Yeah, but it's still big. I mean, this is a team that beat OU last year. This is a team that was, is very talented. It was a college football playoff contender for most of the season. We know there's talent there, and we know that OU has lost at home some recently. So I don't think that it's a gimme that they're going to win. And then after that they have Oklahoma State. So this tonight was good for OU, but it's not going to get any easier.
No doubt about it. So the November to Remember marches on. Once again, Jason Kersey, Ryan Aber here from NewsOK.com. You can check out NewsOK.com every day and every morning in the Oklahoman for the best OU coverage anyway.